have a very hard time to go back and be wet. So we got to keep it wet all the time. The dish got to be set with water all the time. And if you're looking at the top have a chicken wire. That chicken wire is supposed to carry heavy stems on top of that and not to be given a chance to the centerpiece to break while we move it from the cooler to the truck, from the truck to the room, from the room to the centerpieces, then from the room itself and the centerpieces back to your home, or guest homes, or whoever end up taking flowers. Marta is one of my infamous floral ninja. She is very good. At the same time, she's very fast. So if you see the movement of her head, she's covering surface very, very fast. And I will show you later how even it is. It's like it grew up in the same time into the foam. She's part of our company for the last 15 years, and she basically knows more than me as far as doing these things. She's very detail oriented, and she's very right on point. So as you see, she's almost done, and we're going to go back to do the rest of the centerpiece. Okay, just a final touch here and there, and we're going to move on and show you how easy it is from here to finish the centerpiece after it's all covered. The camera can go around and show you how even and how detailed it is. But it's a very small format to make centerpiece. It's how to use less flowers, get more movement, more size. Perfectly. Thank you, Martha. From here, we have the top, we have the side, all the foam is covered. Now what we want to do, we want to finish both sides. So we're going to start with one side. We're going to take a bunch of flowers, white stock, and the real name, it's called Mediola. The Metiola, again, working with the same concept of the flowers, the same famous cascading triangle, going from narrow to, and we can do some of them here and some of them on the other side, or we can do some of them that will climb from the top a little bit to kind of give it a little look. We can play with that. Again, designer choice. It's what you want to do. You got to trust your heart and your ability to vision that and work with that just like that. So this one type of flower. So now if you see, we have both sides getting some sort of a look, and we will continue. We're going to take another flowers, we're going to go right by it, and we're going to give it the same cascading look. As far we can go back and low, the better it's going to look when it's sitting on top of the vase, or your stand, in that matter. It will give it a lot more size, a lot more oomph. Ideally is to get more bang for the buck. This is bang for the buck. You're going very, very big size, but you're not going with hundreds of stems like our centerpiece is known for. big and lush and opulent with a lot of flowers in it. We don't need that. We go very, very simple, almost loose and airy, but again, very avant-garde, very out of the ordinary. Ideally also, when you're doing a party, is to walk into a room that you never saw it on Pinterest, or you never saw it on online, or you never saw it on all of those sites that constantly feed brides, or I mean any other, with like the same concept over and over and over. Here it's like we're working on a little bit different look. So as you see, this side of the centerpiece is almost done completely. We're gonna work on the other side. For that matter, we're gonna take roses. When you're doing a freehand, you don't French the flowers. You work with them very, very close, very long, and very naked. So not a lot of leaves, just the first layer, get a little bit of leaves just to kind of give it fullness a little bit. But as you see, we really taking the flower and get them very naked as far as leaves, as far as guard petals, like we know. We will be able to French when we go in deeper into the foam, and I will show you that. Just as a style touch. Normally, as more closer to the foam, is more loss of a vision you have of the flower. It's mean because it's a white on white, you will going to see most of the flowers are shooting from it versus when it's close into the white canvas that we made with eye changes. But just for argument's sake, I will show you. I lost the flower. My knife is not sharp. It happened. What we're going to do now is, just to kind of finish it, I will show you what it does. So even if we're going low, and we will going to French the flowers, if you remember how we French the flower, we're just taking with the guard petals and going deeper and deeper into the dermis petals and the epidermis of the petal, going through their skins deeper and deeper, giving that a little bit of a touch to kind of give it as well. When you come in close, you see it. When it's far on the centerpiece, you don't see a lot of that rose because it's become to be part of the palette. But it's still kind of touch of elegant for those who are looking at it from close. Have a little style to it. We're going to duplicate that rose right by it on the other side, so we kind of give it that look. We still have two more roses left over that we can play with, or we can save them. But because that video is sponsored by me, we're going to use them. So basically, we finished with that. So now we got almost the entire centerpiece is filled up. All we have is a little hole here, a little hole there. We still didn't do anything on the top. We still didn't detail that. But as is, we have a format. We have a centerpiece. Now, find another one. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna detail that, and I will show you a few ways how to detail that. When you detail a centerpiece, you wanna work with a little bit higher end flowers, such as orchids. For that matter, we got mini cymbidium, one of my favorite flowers. And we're gonna bring it from the top a little bit, just to kind of give it a little touch. I'm gonna use two of them because they kind of come in a hole that will fill that up a little bit and give us some look. That's one. We're going to use another type of orchid that I am in favor of. It's called white phalaenopsis. White phalaenopsis, I mean, a lot of girls, for work that we're doing up north in New York, New Jersey, they get warmed up when they hear about this flower. It's like they all in love with it. So we give it a little bit on the height. We can give it a little bit on the bottom, just to kind of let it come down and cascade. And we're almost done. The last detail that I'm going to show you is basically bringing white and green leaves, like the Swiss cheese, philodendron. You can use syngonium leaves, or you can use spathiphyllum leaves, that they are very, very nice. And what we do is we're going for bad areas in the centerpiece. For this example, this one is a bad area. It's not full enough, but we can give it a little touch of it. And again, when you're doing those, it's not in a triangle, you're doing it in a bunch. So in a bunch, it's like a natural growth. So what you're going down should go also up. So then we have that feel of like a plant growing from the centerpiece. Okay? So we have it here, and if we'll go a little bit forward, we have another area here that we can work maybe with the Swiss cheese and give it a little look just to finish it. Not a lot, just a touch. And the detail of all details, as we like to do here, steel grass. Martha and the girls made it before. We took few steel grass, hooked them into sticks, and we're making loops through the centerpiece just to give it a little style. So we can do a loop here, and we can do a loop there, and we can do another loop here, and we will finish with another loop. There we have it. We're gonna go lower this time. In between the flowers, you wanna take it, and you want it to work with it. It's like almost like an art piece when you're looking at it, you know. The green and the white should bring one another out. We're gonna finish that with a little spray shine leaves to give it a little glare, a little sheen. And this is our centerpiece. We will show you how it stands on the table later on, but just for you to understand, if you're gonna repeat that a few times, you can join the misery of being a floral designer. And thank you for being with us. Wishing you a beautiful weekend, and see you soon in our next class. I just want to remind you that in the following week, we're gonna bring out our beauty kit, and I wanna go over that with you. Look at it. It's still a secret what's in it, but we will show you the new adventures of making flowers. They will come in a box just like that with all the ingredients and all the supplies. But how it's going to be, still a secret until next week. Enjoy the weekend. See you soon.